Hi, my name is Piyush Karki. I'm a student at LSBU and this is my student ID card. In this video, I will demonstrate my big data and database system coursework based on the LSBU Health Club case study. The project involved designing and implementing a relational database including a Microsoft SQL Server, creating SQL queries, a trigger and a source procedure, and a development and a Power BI dashboard to present business insights. I'll begin with the uh, database design. This is my entity relationship diagram, which represents the structure of the health club uh, health club database. I identified the main entities required for a system, including prawns, persons, member, instruction, account, wristband, class type, class season, bookings, attendance, um, equipments, equipment uses, personal training contract, and member health. And to record them, to reduce data redundancy, I used a uh, super type structure where common information such as first name, last name, date of birth, phone number, address is stored. And in the member and personal table, where while member specific and instructor specify detail are stored separately in the member and instruction tables. I also created associative entities such as member account and instruction qualification to resolve many to many relationship. This design ensure that database is scalable, efficient, and capable of support feature uh, according to business requirements. The database was normalized to third normal form to improve data integrity and minimize redundancy. Every table has cleared defined primary key and non-key attribute depend only on primary key. There are no repeating groups, partially dependency, or transitive dependency. Compositive key tables such as member account and instruction qualifications were carefully designed so that all attributes depend on the complete compositive key. This normalized design ensure consistent data storage and efficient retrieval of information. After completing the design, I implemented the database using Microsoft SQL Server. I accepted all the required table on the ERD and established the necessary primary key and foreign key relationship, and I inserted sample data into each table to test functionality of the database. This data allow me to this data allow me to verify that relationship were uh, working correctly and provide realistic information for executing SQL queries and generating all the reports. I will now demonstrate the SQL queries required for the coursework. The first query identifies member whose booking for the current month are above the average number of bookings made by all members. To achieve this, I used common table expression for CTES. The first CTE calculates the total booking for each member during the current month, while the second CTE calculates the average number of bookings, and finally the query returns only those members whose booking totally exceeds and calculated average. This type of queries help the health club identify its normal active members. The second query, all the class season where confirmed booking exceed 90% of the season's maximum capacity. This queries join the class season and booking tables, counts counts the confirmed booking for each session, group the results, and use the having clause to compare the booking count against 90% of the maximum capacity. This information is used for identifying popular classes and planning additional season when demand is high. The third query, instructor was qualified to teach a particular class but never actually been assigned to teach that classes. This query use a left join between the instruction qualification table and the class session table and check for null values to identify instructor who have not been allocated at any season. This report helps management identify qualified instructor who may be underutilized. Next, I will demonstrate the database trigger. The trigger prevent member from using equipment unless they have scanned their wristband and entering the building while the previous 24 hours. When a new equipment uses record is inserted, the trigger check the wristband table for a valid entry scan. If no valid entry scan is found, the trigger raises an error message and roll back to transaction, preventing the record from being inserted. This ensures that business rules are enforced automatically and help maintain the integrity and security of the database. The final SQL task is store procedure. The procedure generates a revenue report for a selected class within a specified data range. It accepts three parameters: the class ID, the start data, and the end data. The procedure uses parameterized dynamic SQL to return the class number, the total number of season, the number of confirmed booking, and the all the revenues generated during the selected period. This provide management with valuable financial information, I think, for monitoring class performance and building some business discussions. I will present my Power BI dashboard. The dashboard provides an overview for the health club performance using several visualization. The first cast display the total number of registered member. Another visual show the most popular classes based on booking numbers. A line chart uh, illustrate booking trend over time, allowing management to identify busy and quiet period. A pie chart that displays equipment uses, helping the club understand which equipment is used more frequently. Another visual presents the number of sessions teach by each instructor, while a chart summarization with clear insight into member activity, instruction workload, equipment utilization, and overall business performance. In conclusion, this project demonstrated the complete database development process from database design and normalization to implementation, SQL programming, and business reporting. The regional database was successfully designed and implemented in software SQL Server, and all the required SQL queries and trigger and the store products procedure were successfully created and tested. The Power BI dashboard provide meaningful business insight that support decision making and future planning. And this is the coursework. Thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation. This concludes my demonstration. Thank you very much.